this might be live, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay. Pledge of Allegiance, National Anthem, Introduction. Good evening, staff and students. Blah, 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 blah. That's probably Gus's, like, oh, this is like the speech. I'm John Lennon had a point, so this is probably introduction to Keynote. Joey learns Keynote. Okay, introduction of Mr. Model. So after the keynote, that's all leading
Good evening. I am Brandon Gamutan, President of National Honor Society. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem. I would now like to introduce Caitlin Gruber, who will lead us in singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would now like to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2019, Zachary Smolder.
Good evening, staff, students, administration, parents, and extended family. Before I begin, I would like to thank Sussex Tech staff for providing us with a nurturing school environment that encouraged us to grow in new and great ways. I would like to thank my parents for supporting me unconditionally throughout all my practically ridiculous pursuits throughout the past 4 years. Mom, Dad, I would not be the man I am today without you guys. I would like to thank my peers for going on the road that is high school with me. It is an absolute honor to give this year's valedictorian address, and one that I am grateful and thankful to have received. School is a place steeped in tradition, proms, homework, grades, and homecoming. And through it all, the graduating class survives. There is a specific tradition that brings me here to talk today, and that is the tradition of valedictorian. The word valedictorian actually stems from the Latin root word of valediction or valedictory, which means to say farewell. Farewell to the past 4 years, hopefully spent happily while here at Sussex Tech. Farewell to friends and peers, some of which you might keep in contact with in the future. And farewell to your locker, which you either never touched or literally stuffed that thing to the point where it might explode. On a more serious note, the valedictorian is supposed to give some sort of insightful comment on life, I suppose. The idea is that this person who worked hard for the past 4 years must have learned something worth sharing. Well, I guess I do feel I have learned some things, not necessarily super serious, but still nonetheless important. So here's a list I compiled of important information I learned throughout my past 4 years while here at Sussex Tech. According to MIT scientists, it takes 364 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Breakfast is the second most important meal of the day, dessert being first, of course. When in doubt, the answer to any multiple choice question, any, is C. Y is equal to MX plus B, and Scooby-Doo's first name is Scoobert-Doo. Aside from candy consumption tactics and meals that are, of course, the most important, I do believe I have learned something else that might be of value. One can make the observation that I've worked hard for these past 4 years to get good grades and do my best in extracurriculars, as many students here at Sussex Tech have. I think it's very important to work hard and try one's best at achieving your dreams. Society is a place meant to be changed. There are problems that need to be solved, and as John Lennon once said, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. I think he had a point there. After all, he was the walrus. I think John Lennon had a point. Now, don't get me wrong, achieving one's dreams is important, but this world has lots of issues, and they all need to be solved. I look back at my peers, and I realize that the future will be bright, not because of dabbing or flossing, even though these things are pretty incredible, but because of this generation's ability to see problems and understand what needs fixing. The world is a wide open ocean, just waiting to be sailed. And here at Tech, we have students who are already poised to enter jobs to fix problems right out of high school. Our school has been instrumental in creating the great problem solvers that this world needs and so sorely deserves. In addition to following one's dreams, though, there is something else extremely important. John Lennon also said something else. He said, "Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted." What he meant by this is that, of course, it's important to be diligent, dream big, become the change you want to see, but remember something else. Life's about happiness. It's about sitting back on a lawn chair and gazing up at the sky. It's about taking a water gun and soaking your friend when they get out of the car. It's about having a slip and slide in the school hallway because you thought it'd be really funny. Actually, don't do that. Actually, don't do that. You could get suspended. Life is meant to be enjoyed with people. Take a step back, look around you, and appreciate what is there. People bring us together. Being with people you love and care for, that is what makes life worth living. Never lose sight of what's important. Enjoying life and finding your true source of happiness, it is the most important thing. Money, pursuing your career to a constant grind, these are important, but they take a backseat to finding out what real fulfillment is like. We are at a point, class of 2019, where we decide how we spend the rest of our lives. To that, I say a big farewell. Thank you very much for listening. It has been a true pleasure, class of 2019. I would like to introduce Chloe Crothers, Hennessy Decker, and Carol Pincher, who will deliver the class of 2019 message of appreciation.
Yeet, as our class advisors would say. The class of 2019 graduation is all about us and our spectacular class advisors, Ms. Ashton and Ms. Van Kalsbach, who for some reason signed up for all the extra work and responsibilities. You must be thinking they are crazy for signing up to be in charge of us all. Yeah, they are. Crazy organized and crazy fun.
No, we're swapping, remember? Because of their insane level of organization and willfulness to take on the boring paperwork, we were able to do so many great things, from organizing an unforgettable prom to helping us catch those sunny rays at Disney, proving to us they are one of us at Hershey, and for allowing us all the fundraising to help pay for expenses this year, for going above and beyond and giving us t-shirts and scholarships.
What we have been trying to say here is thank you. We could have never imagined these 4 years without these wonderful class advisors by our side. The advisors who made their classroom a home to us, encouraged us to do the big things and the little things in life. Most importantly, Thank you for educating us in fundraising, academics, and dance moves. But now, at the end of our high school years, we are happy to have finally educated our advisors in the high school lingo. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize the dignitaries seated on stage. Freeholder Director, Mr. Herbert Yardley, and a board member, Ms. Susan Shake. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our keynote speaker, our very own Ms. Jody Berger.
Good evening, staff, students, administration, parents, family members, and friends. When I was selected to give the keynote speech, I was incredibly honored by this bunch. And I've had 2 questions asked of me all week. Are you ready for your speech? And is it gonna be long? Trust me, I'll have you all out of here by midnight, promise. Graduates, I want you to take a good look at the people in the audience. To those in the audience, a show of hands. How many of you can honestly say the time since your graduate got on the bus to kindergarten went like that? Show of hands. These kids stepped on that bus in 2007, and you all had your digital cameras clicking away to capture that moment. Interestingly, 2007 was also when the first iPhone was released. Now we take it for granted that we have a phone a camera right in our phones. Time flies and things change. For some of you graduates, you are the first child to graduate, and that is an incredibly special thing. For some of you, you're the last child to graduate, and that is also a very poignant moment in life. Some of you are the only one to graduate in your family, but regardless of your birth order, your very presence on the stage is a milestone, and we are all sharing that memory with you tonight. If I had to give a title to my speech, it would be Sacrificing Memories. Charles Sykes once said in his book, you know I was going to do it, 50 rules kids won't learn in school. Don't forget to say thank you. As often as you say, it's my life, the fact is that it's not, at least not yet and not exclusively. You hold the lives of others in your own as well, others who have made sacrifices for you. Remember that you matter to others because what you do affects them more deeply than you can probably guess right now. Get your tissues out. We're going to have a retrospect of the past 18 years. Quickly, you cannot begin to imagine how much time, effort, and love have gone into raising you since the miraculous moment of your birth. Changing your diapers, feeding you baby food that you spit all over your bib, reading you to sleep, watching your first step, taking you to the bus for the first day of school, buying you clothes, making you dinner, cleaning up after you, shopping for your birthday and Christmas presents, helping you with homework, signing you up for swimming lessons, taking you to the doctor with that ear infection, family road trips where you asked, "Are we there yet?" 50,000 times, driving you all over creation in the minivan, attending your games, concerts, back-to-school nights, paying for your braces, hearing you say you hate them, helping you with your first date, lying awake at night worrying, graduations, saving for college tuition, the anxieties, fears, and tears, and moments of incredible satisfaction, surprise, hope, and pride. Spoiled brats think they have all of this coming as a matter of right, and they may even forget to say thanks. For those of you who have a better sense of what you owe, How do you say thank you for a life and a lifetime of gifts and service? How do you pay it back? Here's how. Whatever work you undertake, do it well, with skill and pride. But what does doing something with skill and pride mean anyway? It's listening to and learning from those older and wiser who are trying to teach you something. Then it's giving a darn and doing a good job. We are a tech school. These seniors have produced some astounding work in their shops. With regard to vocational technical education, I recently read, this society has become voluntarily dependent. We are going backwards in our ability to function as a society. We have become so dependent on the small number of those who know what they are doing, and they are expensive and keep increasing their prices. I live in a home with an older parent who knows a lot and found time to teach me things. I know where I want to go in life. I worry for those who don't. I am prepared for societal shift. Who else is? I didn't read that in Time magazine. I read that an essay from one of these kids up on the stage. I mentioned the word sacrifice earlier. I also mentioned the introduction of the iPhone the same year as you kids started kindergarten. Let me ask you graduates a question. How much of your education did you sacrifice because of your phones? What important information from your teachers did you miss because you needed to have your phones out in class and they became a distraction? But more importantly, how much of your relationship with the people in your life have you sacrificed by giving your attention to a screen instead of the person, the actual person under the same roof as you? When was the last time you put your phone aside and checked in with your family, neighbor, or your friends? Billy Howardell and Maynard James Keenan wrote, "Time to put the silicone obsession down. Take a look around. Dis and reconnect to the residents now. You were never an island. Ask these people in your life how they're doing. Sit down and reminisce a bit." The author of The Scarlet Letter, Nathaniel Hawthorne, once said, "Time flies over us but leaves its shadow behind." That shadow is memories. The moments you spent in the classrooms and in the halls of Sussex Tech. Did you realize you were making memories? Your teachers and all of the staff at Sussex Tech, thank you for the memories you've left us. The crazy ones, the good ones, the ones that we'll be talking about 10 years from now. We're proud of all you've accomplished. You know that. Tomorrow will be your first full day as a high school graduate. It's time for you kids to leave your mark on this world. Wherever you go, whatever you do, remember the sacrifices of those people who cared, because without them, you would not be on this stage. Almost done. And before you go tearing out of here tonight, remember to take lots of pictures of your final moments of high school and capture those memories. Don't forget to say thank you. And remember, you matter and mean the world to more people than you realize. Since our valedictorian gave us some wise words from John Lennon, I'll finish my speech with a few more lyrics. First, from Freddie Mercury of Queen. And for the old people in the audience, this is from the song, "These Are the Days of Our Lives." You can't turn back the clock, you can't turn back the tide. Ain't that a shame? I'd like to go back one time on a roller coaster ride when life was just a game. No use in sitting on thinking of what you did when you can lay back and enjoy it through your kids. Sometimes it seems like lately, I just don't know. Better sit back and go with the flow. And to our graduates, one last homage from AC/DC. Stand up and be counted for what you are about to receive. For those about to rock, We salute you. Congratulations, class of 2019.
I would now like to introduce Mr. Augustus Madla, Superintendent Principal.
Ms. Shake, it is my responsibility as principal of Sussex Tech to certify to the Board of Education of Sussex County Technical School that all full-time students assembled here tonight for this graduation ceremony have completed all the requirements according with New Jersey Administrative Code, Title 18A, Subtitle 4A, Chapter 7C. By doing so, they are entitled to receive their diplomas and vocational technical certificates with all rights and privileges therein. All shared time students who have completed their vocational technical programs are entitled to receive their vocational technical certificates with all rights and privileges therein. Ms. Shake, I am very proud to present to you the class of 2019.
On behalf of the Board of Education of Sussex County Technical School, I proudly accept the certification of this fantastic graduating class of 2019.
Allied Health. Malachi Aviles. Kyle Blaze. Ariana Grace Buccieri. Meredith Grace McRae. Lauren Rebecca Mealy. Amber Rose Olson. Nicole Magdalena Rodak. Danielle Elizabeth Savarin. Sierra Rose May Walsh. Architectural Technology. Jonathan L. Browning, Jr. Nicholas Corvino. Ethan Davenport. Connor R. Felger. Aiden Moores. I don't know. Kyle P. Mosner. Jason Schweizer. Anthony G. Tulik. got it. We got it. Building trades. Get it out. Dylan Tyler DeKnight. Shane Dowling. Nicholas Sackey. Daniel Seeley. Carpentry. David Paul Beechuk. Tess Burns. Jacob Clark. Braden G. Gibauer. Cinematography and film video production. Andrew Antorch. Nicole Faquette. Brittany Foley. Jolise Gray. Devin Lorenkovitz. Rebecca Matthews. Alexander M. McCulley. Sadie Grace Price Elliott. Madison Rambowski. Andre Tops. Commercial art. Olivia Amalfitano. Caitlin Burke. Larissa Collins. Chloe Crothers. Samantha Hamilton. Love you too. Alexa Keyworth. Peyton Kinney. Sydney Lundgren. Abigail Oskovich. Cecily Santana. Amy Shedding. Sarah Wright. Cosmetology. Is that her? Michaela Caroline Bennett. Rose Marie Bimby. Hannah Marie Brigetta Bodel. Ashleen Lynn Brady. Crystal Lynn Braley. Sarah Lynn Christie. Jacqueline Cole. Isabella Maria Covell. Victoria Paige Demarest. Lillian Louise Fiducia. Victoria Marie Frisbee. Caitlin Renee Gruber. Kelsey Mariah Corcus. Kristen Lee Laga. Samantha Michelle Lensack. Deanna Nicole Nussberger. Chelsea May Paget. Brianna K. Santia. Tiffany Megan Talt. Gabrielle Elizabeth Torrey. Leah Elizabeth Watts. Commercial baking.
Hey, a little louder on that applause there, please. Thank you, that was better. Good evening. All the culinary arts students have earned and received their graduation medallions that they have so hardly worked for over the past 4 years. This is a symbolic representation of our culinary colors. The red on the lanyard represents the passion, art, and creativity of the culinary profession. White represents the purity of our profession through our toque, our uniform, and projects the image of high standards. The blue represents loyalty, dedication, and the steadfast leadership that reflects the support of the education of our future culinarians. And the gold medallion stands for the highest honor. Congratulations to all the culinary arts students and to the class of 2019.
Kylie Lynn Budich. Julia Elizabeth Catalino. Amanda L. Cubberly. Brandon James Gamutan. Emily Lynn Couperis. Jesse Francesco Leto. Alexis Piacentino. Molly Lynn Taylor. Emily E. Verone. Culinary arts. Nicholas Amin. Julia DeMario. Kayla Dinger. Julia Eveline Gaidashek. Brianna Janke. Gabrielle Johnson. Alexis Kirchhoff. Kayla Comnath. Giselle Lopez Baradas. Norman Theodore Scutt. Alexandria Sterling. Sarah Wire. Hope Young. E-commerce. Evan Edward Babcock. Jaden Christian Bautista. Andrew Joseph Zermack. Hennessy Christina Decker. Michael Robert Dene. Aiden Clay Fisher. Richard Herman. Colin L. Jeffer. John Stephen Kraposky. Matthew J. McMahon. Juliana Lynn Moraski. Nicholas P. Newbig. Maya Christiana Paul. Allison Verbeck. Did I get you? Did I get you? Electrical. Stefano Bazzone. Brad Beechuk. Maximus Stanwyck. Electronics Technology. Franco Bazzone. Noah Brown. Jonathan Covell. Ryan Covell. Connor Cromellin. Logan Dugas. Christopher Randall Kippycash. Abraham Marrero. John David Radlick. Joseph Steele. Patrick Stevens. Lorenzo Unda. No, not yet. Not yet. Diploma. Engineering. Timothy Richard Chapman. Isaiah Kiambu Dillard. Ryan Kurt Fetzner. Zachary William Koch. Michael Anthony Petrullo. Zachary Maxwell Smolder. Sean Michael Sullivan. Graphic Communications. Paige C. Bischoff. Julia K. Bosland. Megan E. Brewer. Joseph C. Clohessy, Jr. Caitlin Januzzi. Lauren Mertrude. Jared R. Pollock. Justice Urena. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Jacob Little. Connor James Schauberg. Connor Timon. Oh my God. Law and Public Safety. Olivia Marie Anderson. Carissa Megan Booms. John Blake. Emma Aaliyah Bovair. Amanda May Brauckley. Patrick Christopher Danielson. James Deller Ostertag. Travis Deventoy. George Martin Gutierrez. Zachary Hall. Emily Hayden. Mary Mellick. Jessica Taylor Morris. Brianna Norlander. Carol Ann Pittenger. Carly Ann Rosado. Emily Rose Schneider. Andrew Mark Sheehan. Samantha Vance. Natural Resources and Conservation Horticulture. Miranda Grace Crothers. Rachel M. Mardris. Patrick Vanderplug. Theater Arts. Samuel M. Block. Sandra Lynn Walder. Transportation Technology. Justin T. Dolan. Dylan M. Herbst. Jonathan Kraus. Daniel T. LaPera. Jesse McDowell. Gavin R. O'Brien. Harrison Maxwell Parnes. Jonathan Schrag. Ethan R. Schweier. Remington Smith. Dylan G. Snyder. Jacob S. Timchak. Vehicle maintenance. Zachary Amato. Edward Hastrup Stellato. Welding. Eric S. Block. Austin B. Drew. Danton W. Hall. Devin S. Hines. Nicholas S. Lazorchek. Samuel F. Lozaw. Dylan J. Tavis. Chance W. Tempe.
At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize all of our graduates who have chosen to enter and serve our country by entering the military. Will those students please stand for a round of applause?